Hello there. How are you today? My name is Olamide Dolapo Adeleke. I don't know why I'm excited today, probably because of today's topic, because I feel like this topic actually is speaking to me as well as you people that will be watching this. And I trust that it's going to bless you because today we'll be talking about finance tips, about five finance tips for new graduates. And I know that transitioning from school to the working world can be something that might look like a huge task for many of us that are graduates. And I'm talking this way because I myself just graduated. I graduated late last year, 2021. That was last year, around September. And immediately I started my NYSC, which is called the National Youth Service Corps. For people who are not in Nigeria, it's a platform or an exercise that we perform to serve our fatherland. So it's just an exercise or a platform that's used to serve our fatherland, where we are based in camp for a few weeks and then we go out of the camp to serve our fatherland in whatever organization we find ourselves. So it's just like a way of giving back to or serving our father's land. So I graduated last year and here I am. I'm serving my father's land and I'm hoping for the best, probably to start a business. So I can actually relate much to this. That feeling that what is next? What am I going to do next? Is it career? Is it business? Am I getting a new degree, probably master's, or what's next in general? So I'll just be giving some finance tips for new graduates so as to enlighten them about what we can do concerning our finance as new graduates. And the first thing to do is to understand your money patterns. It's very ideal to know your money personality type, and I did a video about a money personality type. You can check it out. You can check the video out. It's probably be in my channel, in one of my playlists. So check it out. I advise you watch it and learn from it. So we have different money personality type, and I'll just do a rundown of it. We have the big spenders, we have the shoppers, we have the savers, we have the debtors, and we have the investor. So most of us fall into that category, and some of us even have more than one of these money personality type. So it's advisable to know your money personality type. And then I want you to take a moment to reflect where you've come from and where you would like to go in terms of your finance. What was your saving culture back in school? Either you were in college, high school, or the university. What was your spending and saving habits like? And presently, how would you want it to be? Are you someone that just buy things on impulse? You see that nice gadget, you buy it on impulse. It reminds me of a story when I was in school, during my days in school, during my IT, I did a small business at home, a small poultry business, and then I sold it and then I made some money. And then the next thing that came to my mind, I wanted to, a lot of students back in school in Covenant University, they were using AirPods, those things that you plug into your ear, and it was entering my eye, so I wanted to get one for myself, but I had to speak to myself that is it worth it? I think at that point in time it was going for around 80,000 or something, AirPods Pro, so it was quite expensive, but I thought that it's not worth it, and I always had plans for my money, so I just thought no, I would rather use my money for something better. And I actually saved most of it and used some of those money to work on my final year project. So that's what I used the money for savings and to work on my final year project. So ensure that you first understand your money pattern, and then you are disciplined in saving money. So the first thing is just identify the root of the problem, because once you've identified the root of the problem, you'll be able to identify or know where the shoe is itching. By identifying the root of the problem, you already solved about 30 or 40% of the problem. And then Once you identify the root of the problem, then you know how to solve it. So take the time to think about and identify your money personality, and this will help you in anticipating or developing your spending patterns. If your money patterns or your spending patterns is not okay with you, I would advise that you change it. Probably you tilt to the saving habits. So change them until it suits your current financial situation. And the second finance tip for new graduates is make and stick to a budget. I made a video on reasons why you need a budget. So check it out also. So reasons why you need a budget, check it out. So identify the reason why you need a budget. So one of the reasons why you need a budget is because it sheds light on bad spending habits. So if you have bad spending habits, you can work on it, and a budget will actually review all of these discrepancies in your finance. So you should know roughly the amount of money going into your accounts compared to the amount of money coming out. This way you won't spend more than you would like to, or incur unnecessary debt by spending money that you might not have. So it's very important that you budget your money. Let me ask you a question: how much do you spend and how much do you earn? Just do a thought process. Just think down on how much you actually earn and how much you spend relative. Or you can use the 50-30-20 formula. So there's the 50-30-20. I think the 50 is for needs, that's things that are necessary for survival. Then the 30% is for wants, things that are not absolutely essential but you just want to get it. And 20% is for savings, for savings and investment. So use the 50-30-20 formula for your budget. So it's very important. And then the third finance tip for new graduates is make a savings plan. One way to think about saving is to frame it as paying yourself first. So pay yourself first. There's a book I read, I think in 200 level when I was in second year in school. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a book that it opened my finance life, so to say. I think it says there's a part in that book, a part of all I earn is mine to keep. A part of all I earn is mine to keep. So you're meant to pay yourself first. Any investment or any income that comes first, you pay yourself first. It's very helpful to incorporate savings planning into your budget by regularly setting aside a portion of your income. And savings can be divided into long-term and short-term. For example, short-term, you can focus on saving for things like vacation or even building up your emergency fund. I've explained emergency fund in my past videos, so you can check it out to identify what an emergency fund is. So you can save for vacation or for an emergency fund, or even long-term saving goals. Maybe you want to buy a home, or you're planning for retirement, or you're even saving for something in the long term, thereabout. Another way to save is to invest so that your money grows over time. So just make a savings plan. And we move to the fourth finance tip for new graduates, which is pay back your student loans. In Nigeria, where I am from, Nigeria is a country for people who are not Nigerians. And Nigeria is a country in the continent of Africa. It's the giant of Africa, to say. So I'm from a country that, we are giants, basically, giant of Africa. So in Nigeria here, it's not particularly popular, student loans. I know there's some banks that are into that, providing student loans, but it's not really popular. But abroad, they have things like student loans and all of that. So the advice or the tip is to pay back your student loans. So make sure you understand how much you owe and which type of student loans that you have, whether it's private or federal, and you find out whether they are subsidized or unsubsidized and which repayment options are available to you. So you make a plan and then you pay it back. You pay little by little. And the payment plan can be flexible. It shouldn't be everything at once. So you set your income into the way you set your budget. You can actually set your money into that, and so you're able to pay in a way that suits you. So you can pay according to your current and future financial priorities and situation. And the fifth one, which is the final one, is the final tip for new graduates, is to practice small good habits. So practice good habits. Save more. Check your account balance regularly to ensure that you know what is coming in and what is going out. Know your credit score and check it regularly. Pay off your credit card as often as possible, at the highest amount possible, and ensure that if you have any debt, please repay those loans immediately. So those are the 5 tips. Ensure that you adhere to them, especially for new graduates. Ensure that you adhere to them, and I hope your financial life will be better. And then I just want to give you a bonus. I want you to, for many believers, I want you to practice faith over fear. Most of us are, or all of us rather, all the 7 billion people on earth, we are all strangers to this earth, and the only one that knows our destination is our Father who is in heaven, which is God. So always ask for His leading. Even as we are graduates, most of us are going to pivot into different things, either career, business, and all of that. But the one who knows all, which is our Supreme Father, He knows all. So ask for His leading. Practice faith over fear. There's nothing fear does to us. It just demoralizes us. So ensure that you have faith and trust in the Lord at all times. There's a scripture that says, trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. So ensure that you trust Him so He can direct your path. So I'm sure that with all of this, you'll have learned 1 or 2 things which will be a yardstick or a light onto your path that will lead you in your financial path of life. God bless you. My name remains Olamide Dolapo Adeleke. Much love.